So I checked out this TikTok called Atheist Sunday School, which is separate from the Sunday school that's practiced by I forgot what the channel is called. I think it's called Milwaukee Atheist. But yes, this woman picks out like Numbers 31, which is one of the most controversial chapters of the Bible, and she kind of looks like I don't know, like a theater, like somebody who works in theater or whatever. I can see her working on Broadway. But anywho, she's going to say in this very condescending way and just tell the story with mostly accuracy, but I'm gonna put some context into it.
And welcome back to Atheist Sunday School, a series in which I share with you some of my favorite horrible Bible stories.
Oh, see, there's where she tries to be a bit funny. And there's a lot of horrible stories in the Bible. That's because it documents history, not fairy tales. And for the most part, the history of humanity is dually violent. If it was if it was supposed to if it was supposedly a historical book without any violence, it probably wouldn't have the validity that any story would have. Like if you go to like history class, it talks about a large percentage of history class is war, and the Bible is likewise a large percentage of it is war, especially with Moses. So people just read the Bible and read edits and stuff like that, children's stories, and just think it's like shiny, happy people, just like REM, when it documents a lot of dark stuff, and you have to be of a certain age to take it.
Today, we're going to learn about Moses and the Midianites. God told Moses to attack the Midianites in a battle, and so they.
Yes, this is 100% true. God told Moses to get revenge on Midian. That kind of vague statement, but you gotta have to remember this statement um, when more information follows.
Did, and they killed every single man. Then they took all the women and children.
I just like to say that they killed every single man in war because back then they would take like every able-bodied male and just put them in the war, and then they would die. And that's how they pretty much did it.
And all the property home with them. But not before burning all the land, of course.
If they burned all the land, how would they take all the property? Like, I would think like the bricks and houses, mortar and stuff like that would burn as well, right? You know, and all the stuff that came with the bricks and houses and mortar and and stuff. I guess she meant all the possessions. That would have been a much more useful phrase, like the former possessions that the Midianites have, but they couldn't take property, they just burned it.
When they came home with all their spoils of war, Moses was angry at them. Didn't they know they should have killed the women too? But don't.
The reason why Moses is pretty much killing the women is because a lot of these women were temple prostitutes to their God. And God did not command them to kill the women. This was solely on Moses. Moses was a very gun ho guy. Remember, he's the guy who killed the Egyptian. I mean, really, he was a very gun ho guy. He was pretty much like a very strong commander when it came to like destroying his enemies. And by the way, none of this was commanded by God. God did not command Moses to tell them to kill the women or the children. But Moses probably killed the women because they were prostituting for their God, and temple prostitution was a thing. So that's probably why Moses killed all the women who ever had sex with a man. That way to keep prostitutes out of Israel.
Worry, there was still time for them to do the right thing. So they went and killed all of the women who had previously had sex with a man.
Yeah, this is a reference to temple prostitution. You know, nothing that much perverted in it other than they were prostituting themselves for their own God, and that's why they had to die.
And all the boy children.
And God did not command this, by the way. He said take revenge. He didn't specify and kill women and children.
Don't worry, they kept all the virgin girls for themselves. But lest you think this was sexual slavery.
It wasn't, because Jewish people wasn't allowed to have sex with Gentiles. And even if you read Numbers, it was a big thing. Like the donkey prophet, he got some of the Gentile women to have sex with the Jewish people and turn them from their God. So Moses would make sure that Jewish men would not have sex with Gentile women. So it was not a sexual thing in context. Like, absolutely not.
Let me assure you, all the girls were totally into it.
Probably not. But she's trying to make this illusion. None of this would be sexual because the Israelites learned not to have sex with any Gentile women whatsoever. Now, Moses, again, probably killed the women who ever had sex with a man because many of them were temple prostitutes and would have sex in the name of their God, therefore making them impure. I'm not saying that it's right, it's just what Moses did, and that was the logic behind his thinking.
Especially after seeing everything they loved destroyed. What a good God.
Good God, bad Moses, especially when it came to this part. So yeah, that's the whole video. Wow, I didn't know I could stretch this out so far. Bye.